assistant coach Terry Murray comes up to me and he's like, "How you feeling?" And I said, "Good." He goes, "You nervous?" And I said, "No, I feel pretty good." Like I did, and I thought I was going there to
Yeah.
fight Jay Coffey or whoever their tough guys
Yeah.
were. After the practice, I get called into the office, and David Poyle goes, "We have an assignment for you to do tonight. You did such a great job with Fitzpatrick on the weekend. He said, Brian's going to have you cover Mario Lemieux tonight." Well, that's when I got hit over the head. Yeah, true story. When you say my first game, I got hit over the head with the hammer. I'm like, what? So I was numb. I was numb because I'm thinking, and this is when Mario was, challenging
Yeah.
Gretzky for the best in the world. So anyway, I went back to the hotel. Obviously, I didn't sleep, Joe. I was a basket of nerves. Got to the rink, started, covering Miro, and that's a whole nother story. I won't, tell you today, but it went really well. He did not get a point. Sadly, we were winning the game, and I held him scoreless. And they ended up coming back and winning the game late. But just to end that story, back to my first game. So my wife and I are down at the Ottawa Alumni Box, and we were playing Pittsburgh. And Mario was 2 boxes down. So I said, I got to go down there and tell him about this story because he'd never remember.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I go to his box. He's there with a couple guys. I go in, "Hey, Mario, former player Jim Thomson, he's looking." I said, "Do you remember a game back in 1986 and Brian Murray?" And he goes, "I remember that game." He goes, "I used to get really pissed off with Brian because he would call these guys up. And part of the reason we know Mario retired was part of it was the cancer, but part of it was also guys like me taking a chunk out of him, right? Because it was different hockey back then." So I said, we're talking, and I go, "Well, what you probably didn't know, Mario, is that was my very first NHL game. And what made me feel really good, Joe, was he hit his buddy, said a couple funny words, and he goes, 'Holy jump.' And he goes, 'Can you imagine your first game being called up to do that assignment?'" And I thought, right on, man. So that was my very first NHL game.